Hey, Mayor Matt White here. A little late. We had some technical difficulties. Of course, our team is the best, and they always come prepared. So we got it all worked out. No problems. Got it coming here. Let me kind of give you the intro again, so we can kind of get everybody tuned in. This is what we call El Reno Live. This kind of is not replacing what Craig McVeigh and me were doing. It was El Reno Now. We want to do that. Matter of fact, Katie, we got to get something up. He wanted to go to lunch with us, and I want to make sure we have some time with Mr. McVeigh to get that deal going. And we're going to try to get something. Hopefully, we're going to try to shoot for something at the beginning of next year. I got to talk to Craig, but we really enjoy that, and it's always a good time. So. What we want you to do is we're real live now. I got these iPads going here and got some information. If you have a question, start putting the question there, and we'll start answering those questions as soon as I go through some of the announcements we have. So once again, we're El Reno Live. This format is set up basically to answer questions, to have an open format, to be open and transparent. This is your community. This is your town. We want to know what your vision is, what direction that you see it, and we want to also get out all the information that we're doing up here and kind of let it go and let you know what we're doing. We want you all to be involved and let you know as best as we do. So we'll kind of go over some of that. Any questions yet? See, we're doing that so good. There's no questions to be asked yet. Let me kind of go into. We'll talk a little bit about healthcare. A lot of the questions the last couple of weeks have been asked, what's being built out by I-40 and 81 Highway, and what that is the healthplex that's going to house doctors, physician's office, specialty clinic. It's going to house our emergency room, our ambulance services. It's going to have 8 to 9 beds. I can't remember exactly what it is. I probably talk to Ken about that. Yeah. Of rooms that you'll be able to stay for a certain period of time. You won't be able to stay for weeks at a time, but they'll have inpatient rooms there. They'll keep you there for a couple of days, where observation, and then if you're going to be released. So we're really excited about the healthplex. Our partner St. Anthony's. St. Anthony's a great partner. They're really gearing up right now. We kind of want to share with that, and it's not just a partnership from St. Anthony's. I want to make sure that's we want healthcare in El Reno no matter what. And we have some great opportunities, and I don't think people realize what we have to offer. I know. Even my election people are going around, well, we only have one. That's not true. They were saying we only have one doctor and physicians. Well, that's not true. Let me kind of share. I know that we just had a young lady come, Sydney. I'm going to say Haggins. Is that right? And she's an MD. She's with St. Anthony's, and we also have another 3 other doctors from SSM that are here, and then we have neurology, cardiology, 2 oncologies, and then we have of course. I call him Dr. Robert, but it's Robert DeCintio. He's a PA. He's been around here a long time, helped a lot of people. And then also we have Brad Redding's place out there on Country Club. Brad does a great job, him and his team. Melanie Duff, there's a lot of talent and people from here in El Reno that went and chose to get medical degrees and options, and they came back and now they're helping. I know Melanie's one of those people, and some other ones, several ones. Brad runs a real neat ship out there. I think he bought a big machine that now can get the COVID test back real quickly, and that's Brad's team out there on Country Club. And I also don't want to forget Centennial Health. We worked with them, Matt. We started about a year ago, is that right? Looking for a location. They came over from Midwest City. We met them, and they're real nice people. And of course, they wanted to be here. Centennial Health, they're doing a lot of advertising here locally in our community. But the good thing about them is they brought Sarah Menz, who's been here forever. Sarah Menz is she's also a nurse practitioner like Melanie is, and they do a great job. Sarah really has seen a lot of patients now, and all these people are. So healthcare is important to El Reno, and that's what we want to make sure that you all realize that between SSM and all the other ones that are popping up, we're going to see a big healthcare issue. And I will tell you, Matt, my parents or my in-laws, Clyde and Beverly, they were Minko. They moved up here to basically be closer to the shopping, Walmart and the pharmacy, but also the doctor's office. So, you have all the other physicians in here, whether it be the eye doctors or the dentists. We've really got some really great healthcare providers here in El Reno. We've got great dentists. We've got a new dentist office, but we have a lot of dentists here in town already made upgrades for new offices. The pharmacies here in town are doing a lot of upgrades. And so we're really excited about healthcare in El Reno, and we think that'll really grow, especially with the people that we're going to start having in El Reno and the population growth. So we see a lot of that. Okay, any questions coming in yet? Anything on the city side?
Not yet.
Okay. Anything on this other side? Okay. Well, let's move on to the mural artists. Matt, it starts next week, doesn't it? Monday?
Next Monday.
Next Monday, and I have some artists here. Meryl Guzman, Sarah Sullivan, Jason Pawnee, Chris Candy, Dylan Bradway, and Sue Bear. Sue Bear's a local one, and I think we're going to have a lot more local ones the next go-around. We're just starting with these 3, 4, 5, 6 walls. And it starts Monday, so we're really excited about that. We're going to be videoing that, keeping a kind of a log of that daily. We're going to do that. The Tribune, they're going to help us with that, and they're going to keep that shot daily through the process of the week. I think they're going to be here, 3, 4 days?
It's
Monday through Wednesday.
Okay, Monday through Wednesday. So we're gonna kind of have that documented. It's gonna be real neat time lapse stuff. We'll try to put some of that on there. Jack Dyer does a great job. Tribune does a great job with getting this thing together for us. So we'll have that kind of laid out for you and show you what they're doing. But that's just the start of some of the art that's gonna be downtown. So we're really excited about that. And here's some of the. This is just some of the art that they kind of have. That they're going to do. This is one wall down at the Plaza District. Here's a guy right here, and it's sponsored by Ace. But it's different artists, this might not be your style, but the next artist does something completely different, and that might be your style. They got everything from folk to spray cans to painting with brushes. I mean, it's going to be really a neat deal. Really, really a neat deal.
and all the original art.
Yeah, and all this is original art. This is something that they're going to come up with themselves, and this is how they work this in Oklahoma City and Miami, Oklahoma, and other areas. This really has taken off, and it'll really be a neat project down for our downtown area, and it's been that main alleyway, and we had a lot of people participated. The city put some funds in. We got grants, and then a lot of businesses. My wife and I, we paid for our wall. I think Roger Reinhardt did some of that. So I think it's going to be a really neat deal. We're trying to get everybody kind of involved and looking. So we're really excited about that. And then I want to give a shout out to Chisholm. And no, it's not the Chisholm Trail Restaurant or anything else. This is Chisholm, our fireman. He made the Oklahoma today, or maybe tomorrow. I guess it's on the computer day. But if you haven't seen the show that we've done, it's
Premieres November 20th on Amazon Prime.
oh, this is the one that premieres on. No, I'm sorry, that's the good one. This is the one that premieres November 20th on Amazon Prime.
On the pack.
It's called The Pack. So it's about a fireman and his dog and what they do.
Other people and their dogs, and they travel around and
And they kind of show the whole thing. There's several different. They'll follow Chisholm. They'll follow different other owners and their dogs around and to do that. And he was off or the springtime filming, I think. So he was filming all that. Was it before the COVID? I think it was right before COVID. I think he went out and he filmed all that. So we're real proud of Chisholm. We're real proud of our Reno Fire Department. We're real proud of our whole team. And this is kind of stuff that we really like. We think is really important. That we helped support Chisholm, and Chisholm really wanted to do this, and we're so glad he did this. Looks good for us and gives us a national spotlight, and so we thank Chisholm for doing that. So, any questions yet?
We do have a question on the city's from Martin Bass.
Okay.
He asked, what is the city's position on the destruction going on at Fort Reno?
Oh, I got you. Well, the position of the city is that it's in Fort Reno is in city limits, and once again, Martin Bass always tries to say, what's the destruction? We don't know what's going on out there. We're getting the same information you are, Mr. Bass, and we don't know if all of it's correct. What we did do a little bit different than some of the people are just saying that they're doing this. We have I personally contacted Fort Reno, the director out there, and I also contacted our Senator Inhofe, which is looking into it. And I think Inhofe hasn't got the answers that he wanted, but they're on top of it. It is a federal facility, so we really don't have the jurisdiction out there. But we are very, El Reno, Oklahoma, and Oklahoma itself, one thing that we have is heritage, and we don't want to lose the heritage. We don't want to lose history of anything. So I hope they're not tearing anything down. We've heard they took some buildings down. They said they were scheduled. We don't know. It doesn't really have anything to do with the city, but we know that there's people asking questions. And I know the newspapers, both the Yukon Progress and I know the Tribune, have made contact with the same amount of people. We have made contact with our representatives to have them check into that. That's in their realm. That's in their area because of the federal location and where they're at. But we absolutely El Reno is built on heritage and built on history, and we'd hate for see any of that go away or changed. We know that you have to do some things to make things proper. I kind of went through the same thing. It was kind of comical. That's why I don't know what's going on at Fort Reno, but I do caution you. We do let the people that need to handle it, and we need to have answers. I agree with all that. But when we remodeled the library, people were putting on. We had people here in town that were on the board said that we hired a bulldozer to bulldoze the deal. None of that was true. That library is beautiful. We protected all of the history that we had up there, the beautiful marble, the beautiful ceilings. Everything's all this better, and we absolutely were taking the time and did that in our plans. We didn't change any of our plans after that people said that. It's the same plans we did, and so we hope that everybody don't believe everything on Facebook. Unless it's this Facebook post and you believe everything on here. Question us, call us, ask us. But the bottom line is, on those deals like that, you got to be real careful. Those are really good opportunities to take advantage of grant money, to upgrade facilities, to really insure facilities. And I don't know what they're doing. I do know that they had taken some buildings down. The director out there, the acting director at the time, told me that was scheduled, and I have talked to Inhofe's office, and they are concerned, and they haven't got some of the answers they want either. So that's where we're at on that. Okay? Anyone?
We have a couple of questions from Julie Stager. The first one is, who do we call about a street light out?
Okay, once again, that's a great question, Julie. Basically, there's a deal on the phone we'd love for everybody to download. It's better than tagging me on Facebook, better than doing anything else like that. It's called See-Click Fix. It's El Reno Connect. I call it See-Click Fix, but it's called El Reno Connect. And you go to your app store and get it and download it for free. And then you can register or anonymously. We don't care. And you report either high grass, you report a pothole, you report a light out, anything to do with the city, you report on there, and then it lets you track what we're doing. It goes directly. It really basically helps us create a work order. So it's called Connect El Reno. El Reno Connect, See-Click Fix, whatever you want to say, but it's El Reno Connect, and go to your app store and get it, and it looks just like this on your app store. Oops. See that? So it's El Reno Connect, and just download that, and then it'll tell you what your incident is, and then it'll go direct you to the right place you want to do. Now, if it's emergency, don't hesitate to call 911, but absolutely on the things that you see that need to be done or whatever else, don't tag me, don't tag the city employees, don't do that. This is a lot better deal. You'll be able to see how we fix it, what we do. Okay? What's the other question?
Julie asks, what are the outside tables and chairs for downtown?
Tell me again.
What are the outside tables and chairs for downtown?
Oh, I guess she's talking about maybe the article or what we talked about. Okay, Julie, I think I'm going to answer your question. Maybe you kind of help me see if I'm on the right path. we met, I think you're asking when we had the joint meeting with the planning commission and the city council. We have had some people that want to dress up downtown, and we're all for that. We want all the businesses to flourish downtown. Some people, there's a group of ladies that wanted to put some chairs and kind of have it more of an inviting place, and we're all for that. They want to put chairs and tables out front so you can sit down and enjoy downtown, look downtown, and maybe eventually have some restaurant space and everything else, which we're all for. We just had to make sure that it's handicap accessible, so we're working on ordinance. We've been working on it for a long time to try to figure out how we can accommodate that, and people could put things outside that's not going to be a detriment, maybe not look good, but look nice, be a part of their individuality of their business, and go from there. So that's kind of what our thought process is. Did that answer that, Katie? She didn't say, I
He
guess.
hasn't responded back,
Okay.
so.
Yes, Aaron.
Ray Dyer wants to know if there's any more movies coming to town.
Ray Dyer wants to know the room. Yes, we suspect we're getting calls constantly. I know they're working with a lot of different people here in town. They usually try to call us first, so make sure we can get the availability. We've met with several scouts. Probably the last 2 years have been coming in and out. With the tax credits that Oklahoma's giving, I suspect they're going to have that movie deal coming in here for quite some time. There's a pretty good tax credit back to the people that make movies in Oklahoma that the state legislature passed a couple of years ago. So that helps us. So a lot of our communities like us and Guthrie and some of those other smaller historic towns that have a lot of the downtown that we have, they love this area. You know, we had Lifetime come in, and they're shooting some stuff in different houses and things like that. We have our hospital that they're shooting a movie at the hospital, and they'll be here for a little over a month. I mean, month and a half. They'll be here, and they'll be here in about four weeks too to shoot the video and go from there and our movie, and it's going to be a full-fledged movie. So yeah, they're currently doing that. Any other questions?
Julie said yes, thank you.
Okay, thank you, Julie. And that's what I want. I'll make sure I answer some of y'all's questions. So thank you, Julie, for asking that. Those are great questions. All those are great questions. Martin, even yours question was good, Mr. Bass. And I agree with Mr. Bass. I don't want anything to happen, but we got to make sure that we go through the proper channels.
Jeff Eaton says, Rory says hi, Mayor Matt, and hi, Aunt Katie.
Yep. Hi, Roy. Tell him I'm not wearing my jacket. I got a mayor's jacket. He makes fun of me. So I'm not wearing it today. Well, how are you doing, Roy? We're glad to see you guys. And before I forget, and we're going to go, Aaron, we're going to go see her a little bit, but the quilt, Make It So.
Yes.
Neat lady. She really is believing in our community. She's investing in, she's downtown, Miss McCrae. McCrae, yeah, sorry. And then we're going to shoot a little video and tell you she's doing a kind of a neat deal downtown, the quilt walk, and we'll talk more about that on a separate feed. But neat deal. Go ahead.
Sorry, Lena May asked, what new restaurants do we have coming to Reno?
Everybody wants to know what new restaurants. Here's the thing is, guys, we have a lot of calls like we talked about last week. We'll go ahead and we'll kind of recap for people that hadn't done it. Starbucks, we've been talking to Starbucks, Matt, for about the last year and a half. Is that right?
Yeah.
They have apps. They want to be here. They have not found a location they want to be here yet. So they haven't said they're going to be here for sure, but they're looking. They've contacted us. We've gone over that, and they were going to go to one initial area, and I think they're looking at another area also that they like a little bit better than the other one. So they're negotiating that with the property owner, so we don't have anything to do with that. We know that Bison has brought some plans in. That's our new travel plaza. They haven't started construction, but they did bring the plans in, and those plans show a McAllister sandwich shop and an IHOP coming in out at Radio Road, and that is going. I will tell you, as we grow and as we come in, we're going to see more and more restaurants. Matt and I, we know for a fact that everybody in town wants a sit-down restaurant. We want a sit-down restaurant. We want 4 of them if we can. And we want more than that even. But we're trying to get our numbers together. This COVID slowed a lot of corporate world down this year. People, because a lot of restaurants in other states still haven't opened up. you know, and are still part-time. It's just really kind of one of those things, everybody's kind of on hold. For now, they're finishing plans up on a lot of things. So we hope to, as the development happens out on 81 and 66, out there where the new healthplex is, I-40, and then we also know that there's interest out on Country Club. We feel like as those things get filled in, you're going to see a lot more things happen. Yes, Aaron?
What's the city stand on what should happen with the current fairgrounds?
With the fair, who asked it?
Ray Dyer,
Okay, what's the city stands on the current fairgrounds? That's a great question. You know, the fairgrounds is moving outside, barely outside the city limits, and then they had the other facility they had here that we've had for years, and the county owns that, so that would be a county decision. Now, I will tell you personally, the Matt White, that concerns me a little bit, so we'll have to go through that process. It's currently used and has been used as a fairgrounds facility. Now, once they move out of that facility and they change that from not having a fairgrounds there, then that complicates things for the county. They have to go back through our process to rezone and to be in the proper area. So we'll have to discuss what they want to do and what they are. It's zoned, I think,
It's multifamily.
it's multifamily. It's zoned R3 right now, so there could be an apartment complex there for sure. But when they move out, they'll have to take steps to do that, and the neighborhood and the city will have to agree with that. So, we'll have to just look and see what their plans are. So the stance is, we'd love to see something done that could be part of our facility system. It could be anything with economic development. We're all for that. That'd be a great thing. I think our main concern is that it's something to benefit El Reno, Oklahoma.
We've got a good one that ties into our park survey that we're about
Yeah.
to put out there. From Julie Stager, it says, can we get outside lights at the dog park? It is so nice out, but it gets dark sooner now.
Yeah, that's a good question. And we just met, Katie, we had a meeting
On
Monday with the Parks Board, and we like to go through these boards. And if you guys want to get on a board, we always are asking people to get on. Hey, everybody thinks that we do this. We go through the proper channels and have for years. It makes me mad around election time. They all want to make these things up. It's not true. We want you guys involved, and citizens are always involved in this. So what we want to do is that they're getting together with some ideas. Staff has some ideas, and then we have a survey going out for parks. And the survey's going to go out to all the citizens of El Reno, and we wanted the Parks Board to see that first, to put their blessing on it, and then we'll come back to City Council, and then we'll put our blessing on it, and then that will come out, and the survey will go out to you, and then you'll give us some ideas just like the dog park. That's a great idea. That's a wonderful idea. And those are things that hopefully we can accomplish and we can do, and so fill the surveys out. And it goes back to one more thing. Don't forget, the census has been extended out, so you need to go ahead. If you have not filled your census out, please fill your census out. That's how we get restaurants. I can't get sit-down restaurants if we don't keep El Reno clean, if we don't do the right thing by keeping our stuff up, if we don't fill our paperwork out and show how many people we have. 25,000, when we get to 25,000 and over, just like Yukon, Mustang, any other city, once you get there, that's when all the restaurants start coming in. You're going to see the fast food restaurants come in like we are now, and then you start to see the bigger restaurants come in. So that's what we're going to have. So, any other questions?
Yes. Caleb Staton asked, do we have a timeline for the hospital completion?
Yes, Mr. Staton, the timeline, if I tell you wrong, I'm going to say, we had a timeline, and we're still right there in that budget. It's going to be summer, but I'm going to say July, August is what they were shooting for. And they're from what we understand, they're still in that timeline, and we're still moving forward. We had some issues with materials based on the COVID coming in, but that's exactly what we're doing. And we suspect, if you see all that going up, You know, like our building, we're building a hospital, and then the fairgrounds are building theirs. Everybody's going, well, they're going up pretty fast. Well, they don't have a floor in there at this point in time. They're just putting the metal up. You know, we had all the plumbing. They're going to start a physician side, I think, next week. They're hanging metal. They said the metal will be done probably in about another 2 or 3 weeks. So it'll start moving pretty fast. You'll see all that. And there's a lot of complications in a healthplex. There's a lot of lot more wires and hoses and things like that in a hospital environment than there are in your house. So it will absolutely, the way we understand it, will be summertime. They're shooting for July, August. Okay, any other questions?
Let's see, Donna asked, what's putting in where the Dodge dealership was?
The Dodge, it's gonna be the Dodge dealership, the Jeep, Chrysler, it's gonna be the whole thing back. They're gonna put all that back over there, and Frontier Chevrolet's doing that, and they're doing a great job. It looks really nice. We've approved the plans on that. They're starting moving forward on that. That'll be really nice for that area, and that'll be great.
And Julie says a water park.
Who?
Julie
Julie who?
Stager.
Julie, you're asking too many questions.
She,
No, I'm joking.
Tell Julie we still have a vacancy on the Parks Board.
Yeah, Julie, you need to get on the Parks Board. Well, don't forget, I don't know if you know, Julie, we have 2 splash pads now, and we really need, that's their thing is, everybody wants this and that. What we try to do in El Reno is we try to do something, and we're gonna try to make the splash pad, that was one of the comments, Matt, at the Parks Board, was to make the splash pad at the pool a little bit bigger. We got brand new slides at the pool we didn't get to use this year. So there's some rocks and stuff we're getting rid of, around that area. That wasn't our design, it was the other deal. So we might even add some more splash pad areas down there. And then the splash pad downtown, we've had some issues with that. We're getting them kind of worked out this winter, Katie, I think, on some of that. So utilize all the splash pads that we have right now, and we want to add on and make a lot of these bigger and better and go from there. I hope that answered your question. Any other questions? Okay, I'll move on to one, and you let me raise your hand when you got some more questions. I want to go to the airport a little bit. Guys, we're doing really good. That board out there, the airport board's working real hard. We had a great turnout for our airport day that we had. Our fly-in, El Reno fly-in, man, it was great. I know Matt brought his kids out, Katie brought the boys out. Everybody had such a great time. There was just a lot of kids, social distancing, where the people were wearing the mask. They were looking at the planes. It was all outdoors. They had food trucks. They had all kinds of rides for the kids, so it's really good. But on the other side, we're building new T hangars out there. We got a brand new fuel system out there. We're starting on our brand new terminal building that we're getting ready to start breaking ground on, Matt, probably, if not the end of this year, the beginning of next year. And if you haven't met our new airport director, Adam Fox, he's a firecracker. He's a whiz bang. He's a great guy, very knowledgeable. His work ethic is just unbelievable. He has great vision for El Reno, great vision for the airport. We got him from the state aeronautics side, and we were lucky to get Adam, and he's really doing a great job out there. So we're real proud of him, and I think he just got named like something under 30 for 30 or something.
30,
yeah, so we're real proud of Adam. And then any other questions yet? Okay. Make sure you refresh us because we missed 2 questions last time. I might go back and see what those were. Cemetery. People don't know. Some people don't know that we run the cemetery. I went out there today. It looks beautiful. We kind of had, like everybody else, the rain. We mowed this year, but the cemetery looks really good. If you haven't seen the new street signs at the cemetery, over the last several years we paved a lot of the roads out there. The cemetery board, they had their meeting today. They're moving forward with some seismograph to open up some more area out there, to do some history on the older part of the area to see exactly, if we can sell some of the older lots and do some things together. But these boards, it goes back to what Kay was joking about, get on the boards, but that's right. These boards are so important. They can get you in the know. Take your application up here, private message me, and we'll get you an application. We'll see if we can get you on something. And those boards are real good to be on, and kind of gives you outlook of what's going on in El Reno, and gives you an opportunity to have your hand and ideas of building El Reno.
Orville Chadwick asked, is there a time planned yet to fix the road on Boynton and Chattee?
Yeah, good. Hey, OJ, how you doing, buddy? Good question, OJ. Yes, the thing is, it's a matter of fact, we're taking it to council. This council is it? No. We're gonna have a special meeting, and what we're doing is that it's out to bid right now, and they're coming in. The problem is, Orville, on that particular project, it was way bigger than what we could get into, and we cambered that deal, and it was more beyond what the city crews and the city equipment could do. We're going to have to rebuild all that, and it's going to be kind of a major job. We're going to take it further down a little bit and connect that, and we've replaced pieces of that, so that we're going to try to get all that piecemeal together and do one big lump sum, so we don't have that problem again. So the answer to your question is, it's out to bid. We'll have a special meeting. We'll award that bid. We'll get as fixed as we can. But getting into those projects, people think that we're not doing anything. We put cones up on it. It's terrible. We know it's a pain in the neck. But the bottom line is, we wanted to fix it right. It has to be fixed right. And we're going to have a contractor that does a lot of that stuff to bid that. So we have several contractors that do the pipe work. They'll put that out. It's out to bid now. And then they'll get those bid back to him. We'll award it and get going on it. Okay? Any other?
We don't have any.
Okay, I think that covered a lot. I hope it did. No other quick questions. Katie, I would like to go back, if you can, real quick. I'll just kind of talk. Go back to the city site. Aaron, you go back to the video before. I'm in a blue shirt, I think. And look at the comments. There was a couple comments that we didn't answer, I think, that got cut off before. And I wanted to get to those if we can. But the bottom line is, we're here to work for you. I hope that you all like this format. If you do, give us a thumbs up. We're trying to get ideas from you. This isn't a gripe session, but we don't mind telling us, hearing what you want to do, and let us know. And I think it goes back to a lot of the questions, almost all the questions today. All the questions today were great questions, asking what we're doing, and these give you answers. So if someone gets on Facebook and says we're not doing this or we don't know, you can kind of give them answers. So.
This is last time.
Yeah.
Matt Wetzel came in right at the end.
Yeah.
Matt Wetzel, when will El Reno Now be continued? Would appreciate your feedback on this issue. If you aren't going to include this issue on the El Reno Now broadcast, just let me know. Thanks.
No.
Just miss seeing Craig and Matt.
Yep. Well, we miss seeing you too, Matt. And that's a great question too. Like I said, I'm gonna have lunch with Craig here next week or so, and we're gonna discuss that. I think Craig and I. Craig's going through so many issues at the school right now. We're still, let's talk about COVID real quick. The bottom line is, this is serious. We're not. It's on the radar right now to have a mask mandate on the council side of it. But the bottom line is, we're asking you to wear your mask. I always carry them with me, and when you're around a lot of people and you're in closed places, do it. When I go into Walmart or Beechers, I wear my mask. It's important too. It's the right thing to do. This is a serious deal. Our numbers, we've had a lot of people that have COVID. A lot of areas. I know we make sure we pray for everybody that has a COVID. But we have the pastor, brand new pastor, came in from the Lutheran Church. And he's just, I watch his stuff that he does, his coffee with, gosh, I can't remember the pastor's name, Khalida, great guy. And, he had COVID. He's in the hospital. And I know that the First Baptist Church has a new preacher, Grant. I know that him and his wife, I think, came down with it. So they postponed some church issues. So pray for all those people for a speedy recovery. Be careful, be safe. This could hit, this is a great example. It hits everybody. It doesn't pick anybody in particular. It can pick anybody. So be safe, wash your hands, social distancing. And it brings another point up about Halloween. We're going to do Halloween. We've been putting in the El Reno Tribune. Get your subscription or watch our Facebook page. All the CDC recommendations for Halloween. We're suggesting do a safe Halloween. Go by those CDC regulations that we have to do that in. And if you don't want to participate, leave your light off, or don't take your kids. Yes.
Sarah Pierce, is anything going on with the investigation into the animals getting hurt around the park?
Yeah, well, I can't discuss that, what's going on, and I know she understands that. But the newspaper, once again, I wish people get the newspaper, because a lot of these articles are in the newspaper. And everybody says, well, I didn't hear about that. Well, we're doing Facebook, we're doing Instagram, we're doing Twitter, we're doing the newspaper. You know, to get a subscription to newspapers, $25 a year, $35 for 2 years. And a lot of those stories are in there. We just had our hero, Jonathan Strayhorn, and his head is absolutely this big now, caught one of the geese down at the lake and has pulled the dart out. The investigation is, we are currently talking to different people. I can tell you one group that we're talking to is the wildlife department, and they are taking steps to investigate that. We have been investigating that, and that's what we're doing right now. And I can't discuss much further, but we take it very serious. There's been geese, there's been some cattle shot out there with those darts, and it's just terrible, and that's just mean, and it's just, I don't know why you even do that. It's just dumb. And if you do that, you're just silly.
This is one that may have been missed last week.
Okay.
Lori Gonzalez asked, the drainage system behind Sonic is causing flooding. When will that be worked on?
Well, I know the drainage system behind Sonic is causing flooding. Well, Christy Henderson, she lives down there, and we have plans now, Matt. I think I gave him to Wes Higgins. I think he has them. He's looking at some things. Not Wes, Trevor Higgins, Wes's son. Wes Higgins is a company, but Trevor's who I gave it to. He's looking at those shots, the engineer. So we're working on that stuff. The bottom line is, some of that stuff, guys, there a lot of areas near Reno, and a lot of people have got them. I got a lot of letters. A lot of my property that my wife and I own is now in the floodplain because of all the major floods that we've had over the years. All of Canadian County, not just El Reno, but Yukon. There's been a lot of changes to the flood maps and everything else. So a lot of those areas are in the floodplain. There's not much we can do, but we do have a plan. We're trying to work together to see if this works to help some of that. So we have lots of issues all over town that we're trying to address that we have plans for.
Beverly Griffin asked, Matt, what about the guardrails in the creek?
Yeah, Beverly, your creek and your guardrails, that will be, Amy's already working on that, and they're working on that.
Where will the roundabout be?
The roundabout will be out on 81 Highway and 66. That's not the city doing it, it's the state. Just like the state's doing the bridge on Rock Island /66 81 by the water tower. When that job will be done, which will be spring, summertime, I think the contract, like I told you last week, I think the contract is in July for the bridge to be complete. But I think they're going to be done before then. They're really way ahead of schedule. They're doing good. They're working real well. So if they have some good winter working times, they should do real well on that bridge. And then once they get done with that bridge by the water tower, then they're going to start concentrating and letting the job through the state projects, through the state contracts on the roundabout there at 81 and 66. So I suspect that'll start this time next year. Don't you think, Matt?
I do.
Uh-huh.
Jeannie Hobson said, can we have Craig McVeigh do this to let us know how the school year is going? Have a real life.
Well, I'll talk to Craig about that, and Craig does a lot of things, and maybe I may even have him for. You know what? I might just have Craig for a guest next time, Jeannie. I don't know. I know a lot of people miss seeing my face. I don't think anybody. I didn't hear anybody besides you, Jeannie, that missed Craig's face. No. But no, we love Craig McVeigh. He's a great partner. Sure, we'll see if we can do that. But we also don't want to get away from the El Reno Now, because El Reno Now brought money to a lot of organizations, and that was the Blessing Baskets, Lord's Harvest. We did that to get information out, but we also did that to raise money for the school foundation, Blessing Baskets, Lord's Harvest, and the mobile meals.
This is a question that came late last week, or in regards to last week's video. The back and side of the lake still hasn't been mowed or taken care of, or around the curves in certain areas. I don't know what.
Yeah, well, let me talk about the lake. Here's the bottom line: is everybody says it's not taken care of. we really haven't ever mowed the backside of the lake ever. And, you know, the ATV track, you know, we need to do a lot of work with that. We really haven't had any group come up to us and offer to help like we do the rodeo grounds, like the grass car people. I mean, the Little League soccer, the Little League football, we have agreements with all these people. So what we are trying to do, and we have we're getting a plan together. Katie, that's part of our drive with Kent Legali and Matt Sandage. And we're trying to get them together for the Parks Board. We really are going to work a lot on the lake this winter, and we're going to get a plan together about mowing and even taking a lot more of those smaller trees, not the big trees, but the smaller brush and stuff out that we did up front. Don't forget, the front side of the lake looked like this until about 1.5 years, 2 years ago, when we decided to clean all that up. We hired a contractor to clean all that up. We're going to continue that on and move that on. And the reason why is because we are getting a lot of use at that lake. And because of the COVID, people can't get out. It's a great area to go out there and social distance and do that. So, you know, it just takes us a little bit to get a plan together, and government doesn't work as fast as what I work personally or you work, but we are absolutely working on a plan to really take the lake to the next level and really make that even better than what it is. And you know, people kind of gripe every once in a while, hey guys, nobody in Canadian County has a lake besides us, you know? I mean, this is a great place. It's a great asset. Our golf course is a great asset. Our airport's a great asset. And everybody says, well, why don't we have this? Why don't we have that? We have things that other communities don't have. Sometimes when we live, we got blinders on and we don't see what's going on around us. You know, I know we're not perfect. We got a lot more to go, but I'm going to tell you, like I told you last time, I'm going to tell it every time, El Reno looks better now than it ever has, and it's due to the citizens, the people in El Reno, the people that believe in El Reno, the staff, all the different city councils we've had over the years. You know, we really, let's not be, I don't mind taking a little criticism every once in a while, but I get kind of upset when all we hear is just the bad stuff. There's a lot of good stuff going on in El Reno, Oklahoma, and there's a lot of good people in El Reno, Oklahoma. And I wouldn't want to live anywhere else. So let's think about that before we start going there. And why don't we have this? Why don't we have that? Sure, we all want that. And a lot of things we can't get because of our area and our population. But like I said, I think that's changing. Don't you, Matt?
I do.
Okay. Any other questions? Well, guys, I hope we got everything cut up. I hope you like this format. We're trying to be open, honest, like we always are. If you got something, private message me. You want to talk to me privately about, Facebook us. We'll try to get all the information out. Share the information you saw here on today, and let's grow El Reno better. Yeah, Matt?
ER live at cityofElReno.com if they want to submit.
If you want to submit another question, we had a couple of them last week on the email, erlive at thecityofElReno.com.
CityofElReno.
Yes.
cityofElReno.com?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Well, guys, Mayor Matt White here. I hope you like this format. We appreciate you guys. I'll see. We'll work on some of those things you all gave us. I hope this gets more information, and I'll try to get some more stuff together. Matt does a good job about trying to get some of this stuff prepared, so we really appreciate him and Katie. And I couldn't do this without Aaron and Jackson, Jack with the Tribune Media site. They just do such a great job, so we appreciate you all. And we'll see you next time. El Reno Live.